Good morning everyone. In this session we are going to see what is the tie line power that flows in the multi-area system. Let's see what is a multi-area system. A large power system can be divided into a number of low frequency control areas which are interconnected by tie lines. Such an operation is called pool operation. This large system with more number of areas will have the kinetic energy of the system is expected to be very high. So, for a sudden load change which may not cause even momentarily frequency deviation by an appreciable amount. Also, under abnormal conditions such as loss of generation in an area, the power can flow from other area through the interconnection to meet the demand in the deflected area. If area 2 is having loss of generation, the power will be shared from control area 1 via the interconnection called a tie line to the control area 2. So, these are some advantages of the multi-area system. Now let's come into the topic how to analyze the uncontrolled system for the two area system. Okay, so we are considering two control areas. Both are connected via a tie line. The main objective is to regulate always each and every system. Our objective is to regulate the frequency of each area and also the power flow through the tie line. Normally in a single area system, our main objective will be only the regulate the frequency. As it is a multi-area system, we have to regulate frequency as well as the regulate the power flow through the tie line. Okay. Now, mainly a single area, isolated control area means it is a single area. We will be maintaining a frequency error to 0 with the help of the proportional integral controller. Now, in multi-area system or two-area system, the same proportional integral controller gives zero steady state error for the frequency as well as it will give zero steady state error in the tie line power flow. So, both the power flow in the tie line as well as the frequency error are made to 0. Normally in single area system, the incremental power will be given by the change in generation minus demand. But in two area system, the tie line power should also be included as the exchange of power flow takes place in the tie line. Normally, we know the power equation given as E1 E2 by X into sin del. This you have read in our power system analysis. So power is equal to E1 E2 by X into sin del, where del is here angle between the two machines and E1 E2 are the voltage magnitude of the area 1 and area 2 and XTL will be the reactance, line reactance of the tie line. So this is how we are going to write our power equation of the tie line. P tie line is equal to E1 E2 by XTL into sin del 1 minus del 2. When there is change in load demand in the two areas, automatically the incremental change in power angle will take place. So incremental change is given as in the tie line power is given as del P tie line 1 and this is the normal tie line power equation E1 E2 by X into sin del 1 minus del 2. For incremental we are including this del 1 minus del 2. Right, this is of the form sin A minus sin A plus sin B. This is A term and this is B term. So your sin A plus B will be written as sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So on solving this, your expression will be coming like this. By comparing a left and right side, you will be able to write your P tie line 1 is equal to this term and your del P tie line 1 is change in tie line power is given by the second expression. So change in incremental tie line power can be expressed as this form. And always in power system we will be writing each and every term in terms of per unit. So if we recollect the definition of per unit, its value will be actual by base value. So this is the actual value divided by the base value. We are considering the rated power PR1. Now, in order to reduce it, we are considering this E1, E2 by XTL into PR. All these values will be constant value. into cos del minus del 2 as a constant T12. This is a synchronizing coefficient. So our del P tie line 1 in per unit is given as T12 into del 1 minus del 2. The T12 synchronizing coefficient is also called as stiffness coefficient of the tie line. So T12 will be written as P max by PR into cos del 1 minus del 2. This P max is given as E1 E2 by XTL. This is the maximum power that can be transmitted via the tie line. Now we are going to consider the change in frequency. The angular frequency omega is written as d by dt of delta. So this omega can be written as 2 pi into f. So as change in delta, change in frequency, we are writing it as del f. So when we bring this 2 pi this side, your expression will be like this in terms of hertz. Frequency is represented in terms of hertz. This unit is important. Okay. While solving problem, all these things will be useful. The same expression can be written in this form, bringing this 2f to that side. So in order to remove this dt differentiation, we are going to take integration. So integration of this equation. So integrate on both these sides. When integrate, this integral and dt will be going off. So your del will be equal to 2 pi integral del f dt. This is the expression of del in terms of radians. And finally, the change in power angle of the two areas are given by del 1 is equal to 2 pi integral del f1 dt and del 2 equal to 2 pi integral del f2 dt. So the equation and the previous del p tie 1 equation can be rewritten as 2 pi t12 into your del 1 minus del 2. So your final del p tie line expression, change in incremental power of the tie line, is given by equation 4, where f1 and del f2 are the incremental frequency changes in area 1 and 2 respectively. We are going to see the incremental tie line power out of area 2. That means for area 1 means the power transfer will be from area 1 to area 2 for tie line power 1. For tie line power 2 means it will be between area 2 to area 1. Just interchange change the coefficient subscript. So your for area 2, tie line power for area 2 will be given in this form. Now when we write the ratio of incremental tie line power for area 2 to area 1 divided by area 1 will be given as this equation. T21 by T12 will be equal to PR1 divided by PR2, which is A12. So finally your T21 can be written as A12 into T12. So you have to know this relationship. So what is A12? It is the ratio between your rated power in the first area to the rated power in the second area. The surplus power in the two area system is given by change in generation minus change in demand, which is equal to increase in your kinetic energy, increase in the frequency, and change in the tie line power. For single area system, this tie line power term will not be coming. Only change in kinetic energy and change in frequency will be occurring. Now, when we take the Laplace transform for this above equation, all your terms will be converted to S domain. So when we segregate our terms f1 of s, del f1 of s, our expression will be reduced to this form. And we can keep all these terms as constant. 1 by b1 can be replaced by constant kp1, and the time constant of the power system for control area 1 is tp1 equal to 2h1 by b1 into f0. So this is the block diagram for the area 1 with the tie line power 1. So to input to the power system block 1 will be generation Pg1, your demand PD1, and then your incremental tie line power TP1. Similarly, for second area, it will be del Pg2, del PD2, and del P tie line 2. Now we are going to substitute the exact value of our tie line power. So del P tie line value we have already derived as del P tie line 1 equal to 2 pi T12 into integral del F1 minus integral del F2. When we take the Laplace of this equation, you will be getting the expression as it is integral, it will be 1 by s. Your Laplace transform for integral will be 1 by s. So it is 2 pi T12 into del F1 of s minus del F2 of s. So this is your tie line del tie line power 1. When we consider area 2, the same expression, it will be the frequency difference of F2 minus F1. So your T21 can be replaced as A12 into T12. And this, when we interchange, your minus sign will be coming out. So the difference between your tie line power 1 and tie line power 2 is minus A12, that is your difference. Here it is 2 pi T12 by S. Here it is minus 2 pi T12 by S into A12. So the difference between your tie line power 1 and tie line power 2 will be minus A12. So when we are writing when we express these equations 6 and 7 as a block diagram, so your difference between del F1 minus del F2, and when we do cascade with 2 pi T12 by S, you will get your tie line power 1. And with the same block, difference between del F1 and del F2, with the product of 2 pi T12 by S and your A12 will give you del P tie line 2. Okay, so this block we have to replace in between your area 1 and area 2. This is how the block diagram of two area system will look like. This is the diagram for first area, control area 1, and this is the block for the control area 2 with your governor and turbine, and this will be the block for your power system. And similarly for control area 2. Now if you see, this is the thing which you have derived in the last slide. We have seen in the last slide. So difference between your frequency F1 and F2, when it multiplied with 2 pi T12 by S, will be given as the del P tie line 1. The same thing when we multiply with minus A12, it will be given as del P tie line 2. So this is the major difference between your single area and two area system. The how to solve the uncontrolled cases we'll see in the upcoming session. Thank you.